Hey guys, good morning. So I am filming this with the GoPro because I'm at the beach, so I'm going to be taking the GoPro out surfing. But today I'm going to surf this other board which I have, which is a bit wider and a bit thicker than my main board. The reason I'm going to use this board is because the waves have been a bit small, and what I want to try to do is maybe follow behind some other surfers like family or some friends to try to get some shots of some other surfers with me filming with the GoPro from behind. And also this board is going to carry the speed a lot easier, and I'm going to be able to get into waves a lot earlier. So maybe one of the downsides of this board is it might be a little bit more difficult to do like really radical turns, and it could be a little bit more difficult to do like sharp turns. But we'll see how it goes. I have surfed it in the past, but I was like 10-20 pounds lighter, so that definitely could have made a big difference, because now that I have more weight, I'll be able to control the board a lot better, because this board is like a 5'6", and it does have glassed-in fins. The last time I surfed this board was when I did surfing without wax on iSurf Tribe, so I gotta put the wax back on and actually put a leash on, because I don't have a leash on here right now. So we're gonna do that right now. Now that I got the leash on, I'm gonna put my wax on. You can wax your board with just using the main wax, like the normal wax, but I have some base coat, so I'm gonna put some base coat on, and then like the normal wax, which you use like every time you're gonna wax your board once you already have wax on your surfboard. Alright, now I got this board waxed up with the base coat and then the normal wax, and I put the leash on, so I'm good to go. Let's go. But first, I'm gonna waterprooferize you guys. Alright, well that session was pretty fun. It was definitely fun surfing a board that's a bit thicker and a bit wider than my normal board, and one of the other things that I noticed about surfing a thicker and wider and a little bit of a longer surfboard is that it is a smidge more difficult to duck dive, because there is more of a surfboard that you have to push underwater, so it definitely is a little bit more difficult. But the good thing about that is that when you have a bigger board, you can usually paddle faster. Whereas compared to that, you might paddle a little bit slower on a shorter and thinner and less not so wide board. So what I'm gonna do for a big portion of this video is I'm gonna play a bunch of clips of animals that I got today, which were all shot by me. They were not shot by anyone else. I shot them all myself. And I'm gonna do a voiceover just talking about the animals and a bunch of stuff like that. We're gonna switch to that right now. In a land close, 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 there was a squirrel. This is what most of the squirrels in Costa Rica look like. They're almost like this orange, like light brown color. And this squirrel is actually a baby compared, like the size compared to some of the other squirrels. And the nut that it's eating, that's basically the main meal for all of these squirrels. It's this nut that grows on these palm trees near the beach. This squirrel's like, this is delicious. Let me look at the food. Ah, deliciousness. Yum, yum, yum. I know I said it was gonna be animals, but I just saw these wasps, not sure if they're bees, and I just had to show them, and there's too many of them to try to name them, so we'll just never mind naming them. Little time lapse. And this is a butterfly. This butterfly is gonna be called Butter? Yeah, that's gonna be Butter. That's not a very good name, my bad. But that's Butter. They just fly around, and sometimes you miss them. You don't notice that they're flying around because they move around so much. Surprisingly, this one landed for me to get a shot. And that is a squirrel acting like Tarzan. This squirrel was eating a nut hiding behind some leaves. I was trying to get a better shot, but I could not. And remember, save the bees. This bee is gonna be called BB. BB, and that's a little wasp. This is a larger wasp. If one of those wasps sting you, it hurts really bad, like really bad. back to the squirrels. So if you watched my vlog from yesterday, I started the vlog off by opening one of these coconuts from this palm tree, and today the baby squirrel decided to go over to the palm tree and open a coconut for itself. With those vicious teeth, I could not imagine opening a coconut with my own teeth. And I think we're gonna name this squirrel because I always see it. Kind of looks like a mouse, like a Mauricio. Yeah, a Mauricio. This is Mauricio. Nice to meet Mauricio. And that must be his best friend. It might be a girl. Mauricio. Opening a coconut. It took that squirrel like 20 minutes to open a coconut. But meanwhile, he decided to go for a little adventure around before he finished opening his lunch. Go cruise around, find some other things to do. Gets bored around here sometimes. Such a funny face. And the squirrel decided to return as an acrobat to open this coconut, but then decided to leave again. And this was the result a few minutes later once it decided to finish opening the coconut. And here's a silhouette, which I thought looked kind of cool. Zoom in, zoom out. This is a yellowhead woodpecker. I know that usually they're a redhead, but this one actually is a redhead, but from that angle it had some yellow on the back of its neck. But as you can see, the top of the head is red, and I looked it up and that's how I know it's a woodpecker. Here's a squirrel jumping around. I was trying to follow it really hard because they move around a lot. This is a crow, which seems to like to open its mouth and close its mouth. Not really sure why. These crows just live around my yard. And these are fireflies, dragonflies, horseflies? No, not a horsefly. I'm pretty sure they're a dragonfly, but they usually fly around towards the evening. Back to the squirrel. Came back for dinner, to open another coconut. I guess squirrels like coconuts. Butterfly, fly away. Two little butterflies, beautiful little butterflies just hanging out. Not sure what these ones are gonna be called. Maybe Ben and Jerry. So the one on the left is Ben and the one on the right is Jerry, named after a very delicious ice cream. They're just hanging out. Another butterfly. Butterfly. Whee! Okay, these look like a canine species. Man, they're scary looking. I think we're gonna name the one on the right Hana and the one on the left Malaya. Actually, the one on the right looks more like a Malaya and the one on the left looks more like a Hana. They must be going off to hunt. This is well, that's just a leaf. Is that an iguana? I can't really tell. That's definitely an iguana. These iguanas are all over the place. There's ones that are orange, there's ones that are dark like this one, and there's all kinds of different ones. Another butterfly, not really sure what species. And this is the crow again. These crows, they like to fly around my yard, and either they're in a tree or they're on the ground like this, acting like a mini dinosaur. And this is a blue jay. I have this really long story about this family of blue jays that happened. It's really long, and that's another story for another day, for another video. But just in case you're wondering, I did film all these scenery shots and animal shots with a Tamron lens 150 to 600 and a Canon Rebel T5i. Hope you guys enjoyed all those shots of animals, and believe it or not, I actually found all of those animals in my backyard on my property, which was pretty surprising to me, and I actually found them all in one day. So it's time for the shout outs for my campaign. Craig Strachan, thank you very much. Ned B, thank you very much. Lobo Rob, thank you very much. Rob Allison, thank you very much. And Mark Kibler, thank you very much. So super huge thanks to everyone who supported me on my campaign. And for today's positive quote, if you get no as an answer, remember, no means next opportunity. What this quote means to me is that if you're trying to do something and you get no as an answer, then there's always a second try. There's always a second try, almost always. And to not dwell on that person telling you no. Just think of it as in the future they'll probably regret it and it's their loss, and that there is going to be another opportunity which might end up being even better than that opportunity. So that's it for today's vlog. Make sure to leave your positive quotes down in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow early in the morning. Remember to do more awesome stuff, and I think that's gonna be my ending. I kind of like it. It's kind of like I don't know, it has a good feel to it. So I think that's what I might start doing at the end of all my videos. See you guys tomorrow.